If you're watching this video, this is probably you. Your hair is cooked. You've tried every single hairstyle, but nothing seems to work out. As a professional barber, I've cut thousands of clients and analyzed each and every single one of their head shapes so that I could find the perfect hairstyle for each head shape. So stick along as I take you through the 4-step process of finding the perfect hairstyle for your head shape. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you're gonna be feeling more confident than ever that you found the perfect hairstyle for your head shape.
So stick along till the end of this video.
First step in finding the perfect hairstyle for your head shape is to analyze what head shape you actually have. And then after, we're gonna go over each one of these head shapes to determine which is best for you. So I'm not gonna tell you to get a measuring tape and measure your head and find out the perfect dimensions,
because everybody has a different head shape.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna find a picture of yourself that shows the frontal view of your face.
Now go to your photo album and grab the pen tool to trace the outline of your face.
And then after you outline the shape of your face, you're gonna determine which head shape that you actually have.
And this process shouldn't be overcomplicated. After tracing your face, you should easily identify which shape you actually have.
So moving on, after you found your head shape, we're gonna explore which hairstyles look best for each head shape. So if you have an oval head shape, you actually wanna keep the sideburns shorter and then the sides of your hair where the bulk lays to be longer. The reason why you want to keep your sides longer instead of taking the fade too high is because you don't want to elongate your face any more than it already is. And by taking the fade up way too high, you're elongating your face and making it look way more oval than it needs to be. So some of the best hairstyles for this head shape are slick backs and longer old money hairstyles. Moving on, we have the circular head shape. So with the circular head shape, you actually want to do the opposite as what we talked about in the oval head shape. For the circular head shape, you actually want to take the fade a little bit higher. We do want to keep the fade pretty low, but we can take off a little bulk from the corners. The reason for this is because taking it tighter on the sides elongates your face. Unlike the oval head shape, you actually want your face to look longer and more symmetrical in the circular head shape. In order to combat this, you either want to go with a low fade or a low taper fade, but you ask your barber to take a little bit more bulk from the sides so that it doesn't round out the corners of your face. For this hairstyle, you can try either a forward fringe or a quiff. Moving on, we have the square head shape. For the square head shape, I would avoid getting a fade or even leaving the bulk on the sides. What you want to do is ask your barber for something called a 2-block haircut. What you're going to want to do is keep the length on the sides all one length. The 2-block haircut is basically a 4 on the sides with a lineup on the sides and back. And you want to keep the top long right below the eyebrows. The reason for this is keeping it too tight on the sides makes your face look more square, while keeping it too bulky in the sides can make your head look more like a triangle. The objective to this hairstyle is to round out the corners of your head, making it look more circular and less square. So by keeping the length on the sides all one shape, you're able to do multiple different hairstyles that will make you look more attractive. Finally, we have the heart head shape. For the heart head shape, it doesn't matter what length is on the side as long as the top is kept completely even. The reason why you want to keep the top even is that you want to have symmetry throughout your face. The reason why this is so important is because it is proven that more symmetrical faces are more attractive. So by keeping your hairstyle more symmetrical with the heart head shape, you are therefore increasing your attractiveness. Hairstyles that I would recommend for this head shape are slick backs, middle parts, and anything that is completely even on both sides. So the next step in this equation is finding a barber that can actually execute on the haircut itself. It doesn't matter which hairstyle that you choose, if the barber can't execute, your hair will not look good. So to find the perfect barber, you're going to want to do these 3 things. First, you're going to avoid going to any random barbershop. This is because you haven't seen their work and every barber has a different way that they like to cut hair. So what you're going to do to find a good barber is either go on social media or booking platforms such as Booksy, Squire, or any platform where you're able to see the barber's work. Once you scroll through about a dozen of barbers, you're going to take screenshots of hairstyles that they've done and the hairstyle that you want to achieve and see if their work is similar to what you want to get. Once you found the barber that you decided to cut your hair, you're going to go on his Instagram page or booking website and look for a client that has a similar head shape and hair texture as you. The reason for this is you want to know that the barber has worked with someone with your similar head shape and hair type. Now all that's left is booking an appointment and showing up on time. Now if your barber messes up on this haircut, don't be afraid to look for other barbers until you find the right one that can execute on your perfect hairstyle. Now that we found the perfect hairstyle for your head shape, we're gonna move on to where you actually want to grow out your hair. You want to grow your hair out a lot longer so that you give the barber more room to work with when cutting your hair. If your hair is too short, it's gonna be hard to do longer hairstyles. You want it to be about an inch longer than the hairstyle that you're trying to achieve. This is because it gives the barber a little bit more wiggle room to work with your hair because he's working with a blank canvas. If your hair is too short, your barber is not going to be able to grow back those spots where your hair might be sticking out or it might be a little bit too long. So if you like this video and you want to learn more about men's grooming, how to style your hair, how to literally have the best hair you've ever had in your entire life, like and follow